I'm Oral Hershiser, and I am on Blue Review. Hey, this is Sean Green. You're watching the Blue Review.
Bum, bum,
Oh,
bum,
no, no, no.
bum, bum.
Bring. Yeah. I don't have. I mean, yay, lasers, they won.
Yeah, that's always kind of like.
It's kind of like the same energy, not quite the same this morning. Welcome to the Blue Review, presented by LAX. I'm Marcus Grant. That is Greg Bergman. The Dodgers, as you can tell by our lasering this morning, did win last night against the Rockies, 4-3 the final score in a game that lethargic. Is that a good adjective to describe what happened last night at Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, that was a lethargic and also very, very weird. There's so many little details to get into that I think is important. But you are probably feeling lethargic because you hosted Destination for LA Sports, and now we're back here in the
Maybe.
morning. So
Maybe that has something to do with it.
a little bit.
I
A
will
little
admit
bit.
that. I will admit that getting out of bed a little bit harder this morning after spending a couple hours with Beto Duran last night. I'll be back doing it again tonight too. By the way, for anybody who is listening 6 to 8,
Right.
so that'll be fun. We'll get into it, but first, I want to let you know that the Blue Review is powered by LAX. LAX Skylink train is currently in testing, preparing to provide a direct, fast, and free connection to the new rental car center, the airport terminals, and the LA Metro. For more information, visit lawa.org/ESPN. All right, 4-3, the final score last night. The Dodgers get a win. They take the series 2 out of 3 against the Rockies. The lead in the division stays at 14 because the Padres beat the Diamondbacks. So those two teams pretty much having a slap fight right now for second place in the division.
I want to be 15 games back. No, I want to be 15
right.
games back.
It's like kids, you're both terrible. So that's kind of how it is right now with them. Where do I start? Do you want to start with Roki because he seems like kind of maybe the biggest part of the story last night?
Sure.
Hoping that maybe start with our friend Jeff Spiegel coined a new term. Would you like to tell everybody what it is?
It's the Roki coaster. And I'd like we go on the Roki coaster every 6 days, and I think the Roki coaster is an interesting thing, and we can get all into it. But it's interesting, Marcus, because and the way that he put it in the group chat too is the exact right way to put it. 80% of the time it's good or it's fine, and 20% of the time it's just where are we going? What's going to happen? Are we going down a dip? Are we going through a loop? Like, where are we going? And you don't know when that loop is coming, so it's a terrifying ride.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of what it is, right? I mean, he comes out and mows them down on 6 pitches in the first inning, and you're like, oh, hey, man, the Roki we saw like a month ago is back. This is going to be great. Then the second inning, he gives up the home run to Kyle Karros, which is like not great, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it is revenge for his dad or like trying to show something to his dad or something.
Screw you, Dad.
Right?
I don't know what this is. I learned it from you.
I gotta find the tweet that I sent you guys about Kyle Karros, who just destroys the Dodgers.
Yeah, it was something like he has 4 home runs against them. Go ahead.
4 home runs in 50 plate appearances versus the Dodgers. 5 home runs in 409 plate appearances versus everybody else. So, he gives the home run to Kyle Karros, which is like, not great, but apparently that's just a thing Kyle Karros does. Then he gives a home run to Edward Julian.
Julian. It's like,
who? Who are you? Are you like on the? Do you play on the second line for the Canadiens? Like, who are you? Right. So next thing you know, it's 3-2. He gives up a run in the third. He somehow dances between the raindrops in the 4th inning. So is this just going to be life with Roki? Every time he starts, we're just crossing our fingers and holding our breath that it goes okay.
That's what it seems like. But I mean, if you remember, he started off terrible. Started off terrible. Then you're like, oh, look at Roki Sasaki. He's changing his pitches. He has a different arm angle. He's doing all these things. He's inside the zone. He's not walking guys. This is amazing. If this could be the guy for the rest of the season, great. And we got like 3 starts, maybe 4 starts out of it. And then all of a sudden it just went completely back to what it was before. But it's interesting because after all those dancing, after that he was just bang, 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 just like striking, getting 7 in a row out, just striking dudes out, making them look silly with the dropping in splitters that are landing on the corner. The control looked great. And the last couple innings that he pitched, you're like, where did this guy come from and why can't we just have him all the time? But that's part of the Roki Coaster experience. Coming soon to Valencia over there at Magic Mountain. It's going to be the Roki Coaster is where it's the next fantastic new ride. But it's crazy. At some point, it's awful, and you're like, this guy doesn't know how to throw a pitch. He can't find the plate, and when he does throw to the plate, it's getting smacked around, and then he's unhittable. So it's really hard to figure out when that's all going to happen.
It really is. Again, there was a part of me last night in the second and third innings where I did kind of wonder, is he maybe tipping pitches? I know that was a thought after the last couple of starts that maybe he was tipping pitches, that the coaching staff was going to take a look at it. I know that Otani and Yamamoto were sort of kind of working with him or talking to him about different mechanical things. And I just thought, because even in the first inning, he went through it in 6 pitches, but part of it was because they were attacking him early. I mean, they were going after stuff and kind of, he got a fly out. I think he got a couple fly balls, maybe a ground ball. I don't remember what it was in the first inning. But, the fact that he got through it in 6 says the Rockies were being aggressive. And then they hit a couple home runs in the second. They get some guys on in the third and the fourth. And so it kind of made me wonder, maybe he is giving something away, because it seemed like Colorado was jumping on stuff. Also, I'm gonna open up a can of worms here, Greg. I'm just letting you know right now.
I can't wait. Do it.
Does this go back to Dalton Rushing earlier in the year saying something was fishy about the Rockies? You remember they were in Colorado, and
I do.
And Rushing talked about how they were swinging early in the counts, and like teams don't do that. The Rockies don't do that, but for whatever reason, they were really attacking early in the counts, and he suggested maybe something's up. Maybe is something up with the Rockies. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's possible, but also like, look, I mean we watch this team every day, and you have to assume that the scouting report for the Rockies is he's not finding the plate. So swing, because he's going to be trying to attack the plate to start off this game. So swing early, because you're going to get to him. If he's focused on hitting the plate, then you're going to get contact. And once that contact, who knows what goes, the BABIP and all that stuff, what's going to happen after that? And that's kind of what happened. Not in the first inning. The first inning was like 6 pitches, something crazy where he just got out of it. And then he just kept trying to attack the zone, and it just didn't work out the same way for Roki. So, I mean, I think that's, if you and I can figure out, and everybody else can figure out, that he can't find the plate, I'm assuming the scouting department, they're still major leaguers no matter what. It's a major league baseball team. Like, it's not a high school baseball team. They're going to know, it's like, hey, he wants to throw in. He's being told to throw into the zone. Swing, because you're going to get him. And they did. So, but once he started to figure out, it's also, you can see it in the splitter when he throws it. They just spit on it over and over again when it's like this, because he can't land those pitches in the strike zone. So they know that if he's throwing the splitter, it's like, all right, I'm going to sit back, and it just lands almost in the dirt. So he's a little bit off, but then later on when he did find it, they couldn't touch him. Crazy. Yeah,
that's the thing. He's only really got to land a couple for strikes. Right. If he can do that early on, right? You go out in the first inning, you land a couple of those for strikes, then they have to respect it, and then that's when you start getting more chase and more swing and miss. But if he can't get it over early, then it's just going to be a problem all night long for him. See in the chat, George Lopez saying Caros.
George Lopez in the chat.
George Lopez, 8251, sure. It says Caros owns Roki, which is true. Roki got him out, though. He got him out later in the game. So now Kyle Caros is, I think,
yay!
He's like 4 for 5. I think 4 for 5, like 2 home runs, a single, and a double against against
That's
Roki.
that's going to happen. Every single pitcher that you ever talk to, like I hear Greg Maddux say it all the time. The question is always to pitchers, who's the one guy that owns you? And yes, there's always going to be like the Barry Bonds or the Shohei Ohtani or Mookie Betts.
I always love
But
when it's somebody random, though. You know.
but that happens. That happens all the time. Like I don't remember who it was, but Greg Maddux was always like, "This guy owns me," and you're like, "Who? That he does?" I don't remember who it was,
Right.
but it was very much. It was just a random guy that just saw you. Think about it. I know Andy Paz is not random and he's an all-star, but he owns Paul Skeens. Like nobody
Yeah.
owns Paul Skeens, and Paz does. So there's just certain dudes that do to certain guys because they just see him well for whatever reason.
No, I love that because I know Clayton Kershaw has sort of talked about that too. The fact that Kershaw for whatever reason owned Shohei, so,
Right.
but he'll get lit up by I don't know some random light hitting middle infielder or something like that. Always makes me laugh about baseball. It's a weird thing. All right, we got to talk about Alex Cole.
Okay,
It's
that's
long
where I
enough.
was hoping you were going to go next. Was what the hell
We
is
got
that, man?
we got to talk about Alex Cole. So I was on last night with Beto, but I did have the game on, right? But I'm obviously not totally locked in because I'm doing a show, and I see Alex Cole at the plate. Next thing I know, my phone is buzzing because you and Jeff are like lighting up the text chat. And I look up and I see Alex Cole standing there with a sheepish look on his face. And I notice the two yellow dots next to the Dodgers are gone.
Goodbye.
What what happened, man?
Okay, so there was one. I think it was I think it was a 1-0 count, and he threw a pitch, and it was like at the top of the zone, the top right of the zone, and it barely clipped the top of the zone. He tapped his head. First of all, you're Alex Call, and it's the first inning. Probably shouldn't do it, but it was understandable. It looked high, but it just happened to clip the zone. And you're like, okay, well, that was a dumb challenge. It was the first inning. It was a 1-0 count. Like, fine, even if it was an 0-1 count. I'll give you the pass on that one, even though you shouldn't have done it. Then the very next pitch is at the bottom right corner. Bottom left corner, excuse me, as you're looking at him. He's in the bottom left corner, like perfectly within the bottom left corner. And then the next thing you see, tap again on 2 consecutive pitches, and he was wrong on both, and that's it. First inning, you lose both your challenges. What the hell are you doing, Alex Call? There's no reason in the world for you to be challenging not once but twice in the first inning. That is absolute nonsense, and he should have been pulled from the game. Actually, that's crazy talk, but either way, what are you thinking? Eric Karros almost lost his mind, but you could tell he was like breathing really heavily, like that was a bull crap call.
Yeah, what do you call it? It's called a BS, instead of
Yeah,
ABS
BS. Yeah,
challenge. A BS challenge. Yeah, I don't know if Alex Call just lost his mind for a moment and
why would you do
forgot,
2?
forgot where he was or who he was or when it was. I don't understand because, I think it's especially funny that EK was on the broadcast because he has, if you watch and listen to him, he has really kind of established very strict rules for when he believes a player should challenge, right? Like, certainly the first inning is definitely not a time you should challenge. If it's not a leverage, now granted, look, I guess it was kind of a leverage spot because the Dodgers had a couple guys on at that point. They'd scored 3 runs. They had a couple guys on. So I guess maybe it was a leverage spot, but
It was first and
know,
second. It was first and second, I believe, and probably I think 1 out, maybe 2. I don't have to look at exactly what it was, but it was still the first inning. And you did have runners on base, but Eric Karros, to your point, always hates challenges, especially in the first inning. But even if you got that first challenge, no matter what, the fact that you got it wrong, you cannot challenge again. You just can't.
You can't double down. It's
No.
not Vegas. You can't double down on that. You can't.
Randy
Yeah,
Rosarena did it just the other day, and people were killing him all throughout the league. And so, Alex Call, you deserve to get killed. You can't be doing that.
So
I
you
guess
spend
it's the
the whole- then you spend
Rockies.
the
It's
whole
almost
day.
time. But God, man, come on, man.
You have to spend the whole rest of the game without challenges at that point. I was sort of hoping. I mean, best case scenario would have been, because it was 3-0 at that point. The best case scenario would have just been the Dodgers put a whole bunch of runs up on the Rockies so that it wouldn't have mattered. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way.
He struck out.
I guess he ended up striking out, which made it even worse, right? Like, it would have been
if he had a home run, a double, moved the guys over, he walked, whatever it was. If he did something, it's better. But jeez,
it's better. But instead of just striking out on a, if I remember right, I think he struck out on a pitch out of the zone. I think he like chased a high fastball and struck out, and ended the inning. That was just bad all around. So I don't know. Have the Dodgers? I don't think the Dodgers have come up with not a system, but like a unifying theory on when and how to challenge. I don't know if the analytics department has crunch the numbers on this and come up with like a checklist. Like, you know what they need, Greg, is they need like, those wristbands that NFL quarterbacks have.
Yeah.
With the plays, they need one of those that just have like, so, when should I challenge, yes or no, sort of thing.
It's 1-0. It's you're up 3-0 in the first inning, and it's a 1-0 count. No, don't challenge.
No.
Oh, look, it's right there, right on your wrist. No,
actually, that's the wrong time. Probably should just say first inning, just a big fat red no.
Carlo just said that you remember those like hand toys that you have. They just go like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes,
lift it up
exactly.
No, do not challenge.
Yes, we all played with those in elementary school, right? Like, like those things.
Yeah, those origami things that you write on.
Yeah.
Purple.
Carlo, that's a great idea.
PURPLE.
Yeah, challenge. CHALLENGE. Do you do it? No. Like,
you shouldn't.
That should be the rule on that.
Him and Pajas, by the way, because he looked over to the dugout afterwards, and Pajas was kind of like smirking at him, like, "Dude, I get it. You and me, we're same page."
Because Pajas is good for a really ill-informed challenge every once in a while himself. So yeah, I totally get that. I guess the other part of this game we should probably talk about is Gabriel Hughes.
That was so annoying.
A dude that we had never heard of. I mean, literally was making his second major league appearance, his first major league start. It looked for all the world like he was not going to make it out of the first inning, or if he did, that maybe 3 innings might have been his ceiling last night. But then after he got out of the first, dude was lights out. I mean, he looked like the next great pitching prospect. He retired at one point 15 in a row. And there was 7 strikeouts, just 4 hits over 6 innings. Was that a Gabriel Hughes thing, or is that the Dodgers just kind of being tired?
I think it's the Dodgers being tired, if you want me to be completely honest. I don't think they haven't had a day off in forever, and they have one today, thankfully, which also means that we get a day off and we don't got to watch baseball for a day. It's not the end of the world.
Everybody.
Woo! Yeah. But either way, it's just like it was. You had him at 39. I think it was 39 pitches in the first inning, so let's just call it 40 pitches in the first inning. Mm-hmm. And after that, he went 20 pitches over the next 2 innings, and he got through 6 innings. That should never happen to a guy making his first major league start. When you have him on the ropes, we talk about it so often, you have to score. At least they put up 3, and it was a very good chance that they didn't even put up those 3 runs. They got the extra hit to get it there. But the fact is, I think it was Kyle Tucker with a 2-run single.
Kyle Tucker. I have to tip the hat. It was Kyle Tucker for sure.
Yeah, so it was Kyle Tucker got the single to be able to make it 3-0, but at the same time, that could have gone very, very poorly for them. And then when you don't take advantage of those situations, you end up, and especially if Calix call after all of that you could have lost that game very easily, especially with Roki on the mound. I think that's the biggest portion of all of that, is that Roki was on the mound. You know how volatile he is, and you should be able to, first of all, save your challenges. Be careful with your pitches. When you got a guy throwing 40 pitches, let him throw more pitches. It's just crazy to me. And then to be able to just start swinging at everything for the next few innings, they were just trying to be like, hey, let's get out of this series. Let's get to a break, and then let's get to the All-Star break.
That's exactly what it felt like. It was like, clock watching, right? Like, hey man, I got a day off tomorrow. I gotta get through this shift and figure out how to survive.
Vacation
I can
mode.
go home. yeah, I can go sleep in tomorrow. I can go play with the kids. I can do whatever. I got a day off. It's kind of what it felt like because they did all their work in the first inning, and then they waited until pretty much the last inning, scoring in the bottom of the eighth. On what was really a great at bat, excuse me, by Mookie Betts, was battling Antonio Senzatella. Took a couple of really close pitches, fouled off a bunch of pitches, and then got a base hit up the middle to drive in the run, and ended up being the difference there at 4-3, the final score. And then Tanner Scott. So we're back. I know we said the other night that it was just a bad night for Tanner Scott. This last night felt like that sort of backed that up, that he came in and really didn't waste time and shut it down and got the save. So we're cool with Tanner Scott still.
Quickly, that was a quick outing from him, and that was exactly what was needed. A couple strikeouts, a little fly out, and then bang, we're done. Tanner Scott's been great, and he should be. And by the way, you're right. Mookie Betts also had a phenomenal at bat to get that single up the middle and score the run that was sorely needed. Losing, if you would have lost the series to the Rockies, would it have meant anything? No, but being able to just win that series and move on is a good feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it would not have meant anything. It would have been like, that was disappointing. That wasn't great, but I don't think we wake up this morning and we're like, the sky is falling because they took 2 out of 3, or they lost 2 out of 3 rather from the Rockies at the end of everything. So. Of course Tanner Scott was going to do this quickly because he was the one who had to punch the clock, right? Like they were on vacation mode. It was his job to close down the store so they could all get out and 100%. Go home. So he did
chink
that.
chink.
Yep, exactly. So Dodgers have an off day today. It is good. After a stretch of 13 games in 13 days. But overall, a pretty successful stretch in that period. I mean, you go back, they win 2 of 3 from the Padres. They take 2 of 3 from the A's in Sacramento. Then they win 3 of 4 from the Padres before winning 2 of 3 out of those games. So what? 9 and 4? Is that right? Am I doing the math right?
Yep. That is
for the Dodgers.
You won every single series in that 13-game stretch. It's perfect. Losing games, fine, especially when it's just one per series.
It's one per series.
So great for them. You see it in the standings. You see it everywhere else. This team is just unstoppable at this moment.
Unstoppable and still not fully healthy. Still waiting on Will Smith to come back. Good to see Evan Phillips back this week, and hopefully Snell, Diaz back soon.
Will Smith, hopefully, that'd be great.
Will Smith back after the All-Star break, hopefully as well. So things, as well as they are going, things could still get better. And then Tyler Glass now allegedly will at some point come back. I don't know.
I mean, come on.
Question mark.
Like mid-August, so or even the beginning of September. That's just, he's going to magically reappear, and then he's going to be pitched phenomenally in the postseason, because that's just what he's here for. He's here not to pitch during the regular season. We're actually paying Tyler Glasnow to sit on the bench, sit and not do anything, and then come back in September and be important in the postseason. That's if any team has a reason to hate the Dodgers, it's because of Tyler
Glasnow. He is that, he's that $5 bill you find in a pocket of jeans that you haven't worn in a while.
Hey,
look, Tyler Glasnow's here. Look at that.
The other day, by the way, I was walking in to the building, and there was a $50 bill sitting on the ground.
Wow.
First of all, how often do you see $50 bills? I don't see them very often.
True.
And it was just sitting there. It was weird. I'm like, I don't even know what to do with this besides.
Yeah, that feels like a trap.
It felt like a trap. It did. Like I thought it was going to be somebody with, a trap. Like they had a fishing rod and they were just going to like spin it so it just keep moving on me. Yeah.
Yeah, it totally felt like a trap. But cool.
Or like a mobster coming and smacking me in the face.
Right, someone's going to pop out from behind a plant and just like tackle you or something. Anyway, we are loopy. Probably time to stick around.
To go.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Extravaganza coming up right after us. Are you going to eat a gas station tuna sandwich from Michael Funchess this morning?
I don't know if Funchy brought him, but if he does, I might have a bite just for the bit. But otherwise, I don't know. 7-Eleven tuna fish sandwich. Find out on the Cap show.
I'm going to tell you no because I would like for you to be here on the show in the morning, but, you do you. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, thanks everybody in the chat for hanging out. Thanks to Tim and Carlo for production assistance as well. That'll do it for this edition of the Blue Review presented by LAX. For Greg, I am Marcus. We will see you tomorrow, 6:30 to 6:55 here on the ESPN LA YouTube channel.
See ya.
Oh, my leg hurts.